believe the complaining party that was on this case, Cheryl Simmons. Cheryl Simmons here today.
I'm coming. Okay. Torn to my knee.
Ma'am, you're Cheryl Simmons?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were the complaining party in this case that was filed against Andrew Farley initially, and as part of the order in this, there was an order for him not to have contact with you. That was put on record last May 27th of 2022. I've been informed by the prosecutor's office, you want to withdraw that, you don't want the no contact order to be in place any longer, is that correct?
I don't want it anymore.
Okay, and no one's coerced you or forced you to come in and say that?
Nope.
You're doing this of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And the state have any objection to it?
We won't take any position on it. If the court feels it's appropriate, we'll oppose it.
All right. Well, you're an adult. Circumstances can change, so I assume there's been some changes in the circumstances. So based on that, at your request, withdraw the no contact order. There will be withdrawn from the court's previous order.
Thank you.
Anything else, ma'am? Okay, that's all.
Will you just sign the name? Put your address and phone number and date of birth.
Is there any paperwork that I can have?
I'm going to send this to the sheriff's office.
Okay.
I'll give you a copy of it.
I would like to have a copy.
Wait up for me in the hallway.
Okay. Sorry. My leg is hurting.
Okay, we're going to start review hearings now. So reviews are for people who've been before the court in order to do something. It's a check to see if those things are being complied with. So when your name is called for review, come up to the table to your right. I'm going to go over the file with you. So call reviews, please.
Michael Roberts, Matthew Gonzalez, Joshua Conley, Danielle Wilbur, Richard Snodgrass.
Your name, sir?
Michael Roberts, sir.
Michael Roberts is case number 22394. It's on an OVI. Do you have any community service or anything to turn in on your case?
I had recently had shoulder replacement, rotator cuff surgery, and I haven't been able to work. I got hurt on April 7th, and I'm getting some back pay, a big check here within the next month or so, but I haven't been able to do anything, and I've got doctor's paper.
I'll take a look at that.
And I've had some complications, and I've had to have surgery again. So it's just been real rough. I've been getting $206 a week, and my rent's $700, and it's been tough. But I do have money for a payment today,
How much are you paying?
$500.
Does seem to verify what you're telling me about your shoulder injury, so I'll accept that. Okay, make payment with the clerk. I think that's actually, I think your total is only $435, it looks like, so that's more than what you have. You've got some community service, and you also have to do the 3-day school. Have you done that yet?
No, sir. I haven't had money to.
Maddie is here from the 3-day school here locally. Do you live in Lawrence County?
Yes, I live in South Point. Yes.
Okay, she'll talk to you about that. You need to get that done too, because if you don't do it, I have to give you jail time.
I understand
The
that.
legislature says you either gotta go to that school or you gotta go to jail, so I assume.
Yeah, I don't
You'd
want
rather go to the school.
I've never been to jail. I don't think I like it.
Yeah. I never spent the night, but I visited there, and it's not a great place to visit even, so.
Yeah, I don't think I do good there.
Okay, I'll give you a new date for your next review hearing. They'll be spaced closer now. March 24th will be your next hearing.
Yes, sir.
It'll be at 9 a.m. Once you get this finished, you can quit coming to the reviews.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Your name, sir?
Richard Snodgrass.
Case number is 17892. Okay, it's a very good report. Thank you for doing that. And you just have to make payments on your fund. Do you have a payment?
Yeah,
How much are you paying?
just $20.
Okay, see the clerk make your payment. And yours is an older case, so it's going to be sooner. March the 13th. March 13th, 9 a.m. is your next hearing.
All right,
Okay, that's all.
thanks.
See the clerk.
Yep.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe Ms. Wilbur is going to leave.
Okay.
And if I may, Ms. Wilbur was ordered on January 6th to have some community service for her next hearing, and I have not received any community service.
All right, Ms. Wilbur, are you there? Ms. Wilbur? I've got an icon that says Danielle Wilbur, but nobody's answering.
Hello?
Okay, now, there you are.
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you turn on your video?
Let me see how. I don't know how.
This is case number 21-2931. It's an OVI. You have made some payments on your funds. We got a payment actually today came in, it looks like. Got credited for. You still haven't done your community service. And you've got.
I have done some, oh, sorry.
Okay, well, you need to send that in. I don't have any proof of it in your file. Where have you done your community service?
I just went to the parks and cleaned up trash.
Okay, well, that doesn't count. It's got to be we got to be able to verify it, so you can do something with it. Because you don't live in this area, if you want to do it with a known charity that will write something on letterhead that you've done some volunteer work with them, we'll accept that. Are you in Franklin County?
Yes?
I don't know. The other courts, we will allow somebody to work with us that's from another court and give them credit and send it to the other court. Now, that's a different world than Franklin County. So I don't know if they will let you do that or not, because they've got like, I go to conferences with those judges, there's like 20 judges in this one building. So I don't know if they would let you work there or not, but that's possible to do. You can do it at the Franklin County Municipal Court. I'm assuming they have a community service program there. So.
They definitely do, but they told me for my case, they don't assign that.
Well, they probably have too many.
Yeah.
Probably have so many they can't handle the ones that they've got.
Your Honor, she could go to the fire department or Red Cross or.
Yeah. If you heard Mr. Cooper, he said, go to the fire department, Red Cross, United Way.
The fire department will count?
Well, if they'll let you work there, if they'll let you do some stuff and we'll put it on letterhead, we'll accept that. animal shelter, there's all kinds of, even no-kill shelters, things like that take volunteers. Or you can come here. We have a community service program here at the court. You were here when you got your offense, so you can come back and do your community service. If you can't get it anywhere else, you can always come here and do it.
In
Okay.
Lawrence County?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, your next hearing is going to be March the 13th,
Okay, thank you.
9 a.m.
All right, I'll write it down. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Jane Pritt, Brian Montroso, Emily McCoy.
Misty Pritt,
Yes, sir.
18740. You still have a couple days community service to do and some fines to pay. You did make a payment this month.
Your Honor, if I may, she only has 1 day of community service left.
Okay, she's turned in another day.
Yes.
March 13th will be your next hearing, 9 o'clock. Get this finished by then, and you don't have to come to the hearing.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Emily McCoy.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Case number 193655. You just have fines and probably, I think there's some restitution here too.
Yeah, I still have a little bit of restitution left.
Can you make a payment on that today?
Yeah, I just gotta take my check and go cash it, and I'll be back before 4.
How much are you paying?
25.
Okay, we'll put you down for that. March 13th is your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brian Montroso is not here. So he gets a warrant. Okay, we're going to start the arraignment hearings next, so that's what hearings are called that are the initial appearance, or if you have a warrant for missing something, you'll get called with arraignments, even if it is an older case. When your name's called, come up to the table to your right, stand there, and I'm going to read the charges to you, tell you what the possible penalties are. If it's a misdemeanor, I'll ask you for a plea. The possible pleas are not guilty, guilty, no contest. Those are the 3 choices you have. If you don't know which one you should enter, not guilty is the safest one you can enter. You can always change it later. You have certain rights as defendants. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to make statements. If you choose to make statements, what you say is on the record. It can be used against you if you admit something that's detrimental to your case. You have a right to have an attorney if you're facing a jailable offense, and to have one appointed if you cannot afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are the rights all defendants have. By entering guilty or no contest, you're waiving those rights. Don't do it if you don't understand what's going on, or if you want to talk to a lawyer, or if you want to trial. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Sifford, case number TRC 23-132 A and B. That's Mr. Cremines' case.
All right, we need Mr. Cremines in the courtroom, please. And Mr. Cremines, you're representing Mr. Sifford.
I am, Your Honor. We'd waive reading, enter a not guilty plea, ask for an OR bond, and if we could maybe set this on March the 6th, here then as well.
All right, not guilty plea is entered. Mr. Sifford can sign a signature bond of $1,000. His next hearing will be March the 6th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Whitson Idlehoff, case number TRD 23-130. AYDELOTT is the last name. Did not check in, Your Honor.
Whitson Idlehoff was cited to be in court today at 9 a.m. It's 9:50 now. Defendant has not appeared. The capias to the OSP, which was the citing agency. Failure to appear.
State of Ohio versus Janice L. Sechrist, case number TRC 22-1346. It's Roger Smith's case.
All right, this is Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge.
I guess you had missed a hearing.
She did,
a
she
week
was,
ago, I think.
she was sick and she's been trying to get into school, and one thing after another's happened, but she has completed the school now.
I do see that. I have the report file.
I talked to Mr. Hill that we might add it on to my pre-trials, and I think we'll resolve it today.
If you want to recall it later.
If we could, Judge. I think
This case will be recalled later in the docket.
State of Ohio versus Mark Maynard, case number TRD 15-2848, A and B.
Okay, you're Mark Maynard.
Yes, sir.
This is an older case, 15-2848. It's alleged that you had a driving under suspension conviction back then in 2015, that you failed to appear for a review hearing on February the 19th of 2016, and a warrant's been outstanding since then. So you've come in today and trying to get the warrant withdrawn.
I paid it off, yeah.
Okay, you did make payments today. You still have some community service to do. There was 3 days of community service order too, so I'll withdraw the warrants that you have appeared and give you some more time to get the community service done. Are you living locally, or where do you live?
I just live across the bridge.
Okay. All right, so, well, you probably heard my conversation. That lady lived in Columbus, but we have a community service program here at the court, so you can come here any day at 7:30 and appear and do community service, except a Sunday or a holiday.
Okay.
And you got 3 days that you were ordered to do. So you get that done, and then the case will be completed. I'll set you another review hearing. Are you working, sir?
Yes, sir.
What's your work schedule?
Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Okay, well, it's going to have to be a Monday or a Friday. What's a better day for you for a review?
Fridays.
Fridays are better. I'll set it, I'll give you some time since you made a substantial payment on your fines today. March 31st, so that gives you almost 2 months, a month and a half basically, to get it done. 3 days of community service. You get that done, you don't have to come back. That's all you've got left. Get your community service done, your case will be complete.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Warrant is withdrawn.
State of Ohio versus Jennifer L. Stapleton, case numbers TRD 17-3143, CRB 18-1240, and CRB 21-62.
And ma'am, you're Jennifer Stapleton, and your case was last week, it looks like.
Yes, sir. I spoke with John Major. I had a stomach virus and I didn't want to make anybody else sick.
You did make a payment today.
Yes, sir.
I see that. And it looks like you've already done all your community service. That's completed.
Yes, sir. Is there any way I can work off some of my court costs?
Yes, I'll let you work it. I'll make a note of that on your file.
All right, thank you.
And I'll set your next hearing for March the 13th.
Okay, at 9,
9 a.m. Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Clock before you go. March 13th, 9 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Michelle L. Carrico, case number CRB 2213.
And this was a review hearing that was set for Monday, and you're here today. Michelle Carrico is on a theft offense. Do you have an explanation for missing Monday?
The transportation didn't show up for Monday morning.
What's going on with you at OVP? You work on OVP, are you still doing that?
Yeah, I have to get reports.
You have a payment on your funds?
Not today, but I did do some community service.
When did you just turn that in today?
Yeah. Mr. Newman faxed it from the community center.
Okay.
I think the next time he said I could work would be March the 12th down there.
You know she turned in some community service?
Today?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it today, no.
Mr. Newman, email, I called you.
I have not received it.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I am sorry, Your Honor. She did call me this morning. I gave her Mr. Major's email. She was supposed to send it.
Okay. I don't have a report from OVP. Once you just have a seat, I'm going to text them and ask them for a report. And
Yeah.
I should be able to get it that way. Okay, that finishes the arraignments we currently have. We're going to start pre-trial, so we'll need the lawyers to come in, and anyone out in the lobby that's pre-trial to come in now too.
State of Ohio versus Samuel P. Dudley, case number TRC 222701, A and B.
And this is Mr. Each's case set for pre-trial.
Samuel Dudley. Samuel Dudley. Not checking in, Your Honor.
I've been in close contact with him, Your Honor.
A little before 10, you want to recall it later in the docket?
It's probably best for me. Thank you.
We'll recall it.
State of Ohio versus Keeper C. Wilson, case number CRA 2335.
All right, Kiefer Wilson and Mr. Lambert is the attorney.
I have not seen it yet.
All right, we'll recall that. I don't think Mr. Lambert's here yet.
State of Ohio versus Troy L. Shakley, or Shockley, case number CRB 236.
Yeah, that's one
Mr. Smith's case set for pre-trial.
Yeah, you just. Well, understand. I've got a report from OVP. It looks like a good report. I understand from the prosecutor that the prosecutor, they've had trouble reaching her, and I think they're going to move for a continuance for a couple, 3 weeks. Well, they got, I can't drop it. It's up to them. Or-
Well, that's all righty.
I understand,
But
but
she wouldn't be calling, trying to find you.
Troy Shockley.
Yes, sir.
as long as the continuance is charged to the state, I have no problem coming back. I think we talked about March 3rd, give them time to probably issue a subpoena.
Yes, Your Honor, we are going to need to try to serve her through a subpoena. And so.
You want her address? Here's where she's staying. And I want that back. I'm not over yours.
Okay, the state's request
My
is
daughter's.
continued to March 3rd for a pretrial. Have the complaint party present.
State of Ohio versus Eric L. Summers, case number CRB 2372, CRC 211980, A and B. Eric Summers.
Thank you.
Not checking.
Eric Summers, this is Mr. Smith's case, set for pretrial.
Judge, I've had no contact with Mr. Summers. He was given a card and asked to call my office, set an appointment, and that's not been done.
Given an OR bond.
If a warrant is to issue, I'd ask it be held until next Friday. I'll try to see if I can find him. I just don't have an explanation why he's not here.
Okay, the warrant issued in 7 days if he hasn't appeared.
Here's the highest one. Yep. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Cable, case number TRC 222660, A and C. Mr. Stratton's case.
Need Mr. Stratton in the courtroom, please. Mr. Stratton.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So you're out of transitional now. Okay. So we're going to treat it as a standard first. Okay? All right. So we'll do that. Standard first of the eye. So we're pleading the standard first of the eye today. Okay, well, what do? There'll be a fine and suspended jail time. No probation. Well, there's probation. I don't want to do that. You want to do that? Okay. Wait, for speedy trial. Okay, we'll set it for trial then. Your Honor, we'll just set this for a trial. All right, over that time.
Okay, when would you like that to happen?
Your Honor, whenever it's convenient for the court.
Is there any time issues?
Well, Your Honor, the original time would have run on February the 19th, but there was a time waiver from January 9th to February 10th, so that's about a month. So, yeah, well, March the 17th would be.
Yeah, about a month out, Your Honor, would be fine.
And there was discovery filed, so that would add a little bit of time too.
Yeah, actually,
March the 6th? It's Monday.
Yes, that'll be.
March the
No,
6th.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, March 6th is not good for me.
Okay. March 13th,
Yes, yes, that will.
March 13 at noon for trial.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Olivia Gilpin, case number CRB 2355. Olivia Gilpin, did not check in, Your Honor.
Olivia Gilpin is Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, I'm not sure where she's at. I had spoken with her, I think it was either Friday or Thursday. And we were.
All right, well, she has 7 days before warrant was issued.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Michelle F. Carrico, case number CRB 2213.
All right, Ms. Carrico, I did get a report from OVP that you are compliant.
Yeah.
So I'll set your next review hearing for March 13th. 9 a.m., March 13th.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Kipp, case number TRC 2327 A and D. And CRA 2324. Christopher Kipp.
All right, this is Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial today.
Your Honor, I believe the prosecution is going to dismiss all these to the grand jury.
Okay. And these, both cases arose at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, it's set as a pretrial and a prelim, but they're actually both prelim.
All right. Yeah, you verify Christopher Kipp, you want to take those to the grand jury?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Both matters are knowledge to the grand jury. So, and Mr. Kipp, are you in treatment now?
Yes, sir.
In Parkersburg?
No, actually here in Ireland.
He has a felony case pending in common pleas.
Oh, okay.
So they'll handle all this.
All right, well, your cases, the cases in this court are going to the grand jury, so you will get notified from the common police court as to when you have to appear there. So the cases are both going to the common police court, where I understand you have other cases pending also. So do you have an attorney in that court?
Gene Meadows.
All right. Discuss that with Mr. Meadows. Tell him that you had cases from the municipal court in Chesapeake that are being sent to common pleas, so he should be made aware of that. We've got some more cases coming.
There was a stipulation that you tossed out.
Apparently not anymore.
Well, it might get tossed out in the common police court.
That could happen at common pleas, it doesn't want to happen here.
State of Ohio versus Levi M. Schaefer, case number TRD 222675 A, B, and C.
Your Honor, we just need to set this for another date. He's had some problems getting his license, but it's got everything scheduled now. So just a couple weeks. What was that date you said?
March 5th.
March 5th. So anything after March 5th, Your Honor. Maybe the
13th?
Yes. March
Defendant's
15th.
request case is continued to March 13 for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jermaine L. Smith, case number TRC 2353, A and B. Jermaine Smith did not check in, Your Honor.
Your Honor, there was a detainer from West Virginia on his case on arraignment on 120. That's where I believe he is now. And I believe the prosecutor's going to dismiss it anyway.
You have a detainer from federal court, the U.S. District Court in Huntington, the detainer. So you want to annihilate the charges here then?
Yes, Your Honor, and I've been in contact with his attorney actually over there, and also somebody from the Department of Justice, whatever kind of official, probation officer or whatever. And our determination was that we were going to dismiss this case anyway because really the factual basis for the OVI charge was pretty thin in and of itself. And it also apparently he has some time to do it federal custody, so.
Okay, matter here is annulling.
Is it
Jermaine L. Smith, 2353.
Are you going just plain out right now?
Yes.
Sorry, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Amber N. Billups, case number CRB 2388. Mr. Stocker.
This is Mr. Steyer's case at the pre-trial.
Your Honor, there is a cross complainant who's represented by Mr. Morford. That name is
Darla Atkins.
Darla Atkins.
State of Ohio versus Darla Atkins, case number CRB 2387.
I've seen it here.
Yeah, she's
All right, we need Mr. Morford. He is here. I've seen him.
Your Honor, this is a cross-filing. The state has indicated to me that if both defendants are willing, that they would be willing to entertain a 90-day continuance, and if there are no further problems on payment of court costs, the case will be dismissed. Ms. Billups is agreeable to that. I'm not sure if Ms. Atkins said that presented to her or not.
Ms. Atkins is in agreement with that, Your Honor.
So court costs on each case then, Mr. Wood?
We would be satisfied if there was one cost paid.
And they agrees on that?
I didn't understand one thing.
A single set of court costs, so one or the other of you would need to pay court costs.
Or you can chip in together.
Well, but I think it's easier for the clerk if it's on one case.
Yeah, we don't want to divide it up, but they
I didn't
do
mean
that
to
amongst
suggest that.
themselves.
Them could pay half of the
Just put it
one.
on yours.
All right, so we're going to go out about 3 months.
Okay. You want,
I mean, I'm.
it has to be on one case or the other.
It can go on one case, but I'm agreeing that we pay half of it.
Well, you're not.
But it can go on.
It has to get paid, is what matters. Doesn't matter who pays, it
No, I
has
don't
to
have
get paid.
that.
All right. It can be a vote on Ms. Billups' case, Your Honor.
And it's my understanding neither one of them wanted a protection order?
No, Your Honor.
No.
Okay, so because of that, I'll put it on the docket for May the 12th. And if the costs are paid and there's been no further problems, they don't have to appear.
They have to come back to court.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
If it doesn't get paid, it'll come back to court.
Yeah, if it's
Doesn't
not
matter
paid,
who's
yeah.
it is, who's it.
Yeah, because then my charges are gone.
No one's charged or dropped until it's paid.
Oh, okay.
No one's charged or dropped until it's paid.
Okay.
And if you haven't paid it by May 12th, then you have to be back in here. If you pay it, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
And there's no further problems.
And there's no further problems, yes.
Okay, I'm glad.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Okay, good, all right, you're free to go. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Daniel J. McGlone, case number CRB 2365.
Mr. Stiers' case set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, this is a Walmart matter. I've been provided this morning with a video, which I'd like to take a look at. So I'm asking to come back. Mr. McGlone has surgery scheduled, spinal surgery?
No, take titanium on my leg.
Okay. The surgery on his leg scheduled for March 3rd. So I'd like to come back before then if we can. Would the 27th be an acceptable day for the court?
Well, it's busy, but we can do it. Is that the day you want to do?
Yeah, that'd be fine with me, Your Honor, as long as it's
February
daylight.
27th. February 27th, 10 o'clock for pre-trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So that's that day. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jacko Rule, case number CRB 22788.
This is Mr. Stiers' case set for pre-trial.
Okay.
He sent it last night, late last night.
Yeah, okay. Your Honor, if it please the court, the complaining party in this was a relative of Ms. Rules. I don't know what their relationship is, but it was a family situation involving a vehicle within the family, and the complaining party has asked us to dismiss the charges. And it appears as if the whole thing arose out of something maybe other than just the idea that the vehicle was taken. So we don't have an objection to dismissing the charge at this point.
Case will be dismissed.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Michael Trogdon, case number PRC 235, A, B, C, and D.
Mr. Stiers' case set for pre-trial.
Could he this court on another day, but it was long beach hospital,
Okay.
paperwork,
Okay.
just to show you where that was.
Okay.
Most of the time. Surgery or anything coming up?
Excuse me?
Any surgery? I've got the discovery, I want to meet with you and come back in, so do another day. Make an appointment, so if you could not leave when we come out, I'm gonna talk to you, okay?
Get an appointment for what?
To talk to me in my office.
I care for my mother, and she's 86.
Okay.
And my aunt, she's 89.
Okay.
And they got dementia.
Okay, Your Honor, we're gonna need, I've got the discovery, I need to go through the discovery, I'm gonna ask for one more court date at this time. No real time constraints on it like there was on the last one, so if the court wants to look at days that are convenient, as long as I don't have a trial or something, we could probably just get a date that's not overly booked.
The 20th of March?
20th? Oh, March, I'm sorry, I was looking at February, it's President's Day. 20th of March, I have a jury trial that day. I'm here the 13th, I'm here the 17th. No, I'm not here the 17th or the 13th, but I'm sorry. 17th and 20th I'm unavailable. Doesn't look like there's any other days in March that I'm unavailable.
24th?
24th I am here.
March 24th.
We would be asking for a time waiver.
And we, obviously with the time waiver, this is my motion. All right, hang tight, I'll talk to you just a minute.
State of Ohio versus Letitia Walker, case number CRV 22789 and CRV 22429.
Mr. Steyer's case.
Your Honor, I believe the state has lost communication with the victim in this matter and are wishing to have a continuance to attempt to subpoena her in.
And that is true and somewhat interesting considering the nature of the charges. But we will, the number we have for her actually is probably her number. We just can't leave a message for her. So we're going to try to subpoena her and see where we stand with this.
How much time do you think that'll take?
I'd say 2 weeks would be adequate.
Probably the 6th of March.
I'm available the 6th.
March 6th. Free trial. 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Keeper C. Wilson, case number CRA 2335, TRC 2349, A and B. Mr. Lambert.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. He's got one at 6. I did get a call on this. This case will be recalled later in the docket.
State of Ohio versus Edward McCoy, Case number CRP 2328, A, B, and C. Mr. Morgan's case.
Mr. Morford's case. Need Mr. Morford. Edward McCoy.
Well, the last time he showed proof that he was going to OVP.
OVP, yes. I had a place involvement yesterday.
Possession was speaking
Effort for the entry.
but I don't know. Is that a prescription? Okay. That's a good start. And the other thing is he's got a map from, so we may want to know if he's going to clean to it, he might just ask for some community service. So if that's a struggle for him, we can figure something else out. Suspended jail time.
Suspended, no, maybe good service with me.
Right.
Okay. I believe it's going to drop back. But you still have the stressful moment. Did you? What he's going to ask you to do? I heard the transcript. Huh? I did, yeah. Did you or did you? I did. I heard from the jail. You wanted to? There's going to be no jail. Oh, yeah. I want that. I did. Is that what you want to do? Yeah. You'd be put on probation. How long is one watch? What's probation? You'll have to check in with that man right there, where, John May. I think we're going to take the state up on top of Your Honor. I think we're going to dismiss the possession charge.
Your Honor, Mr. McCoy previously he showed us he was at OVP for treatment, and also that today he has shown a prescription for Suboxone. And the charge, the misdemeanor possession charge, had to do with Suboxone. We're interested in part of this being that he continues with his treatment. He says he's still currently with OVP, so we want that to be part of the order. There's also, which we didn't discuss, Mr. Morford, there's a criminal trespass, which what we would be asking for is just an additional suspended jail sentence on that, if you please. And then normally there's going to be, of course, community service, and I don't know what Mr. McCoy's physical condition is, whether he's capable or not. I guess we'd leave that to the court. He appears to have some infirmities. So we would ask for a suspended jail sentence of 30 days and continue with OVP and fine and whatever decision the court would make on community service we would be agreeable to.
He's going to enter a guilty plea, Your Honor, to the theft and the criminal trespass.
Is that correct, Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Anything you want to tell me before I sentence you? Which OVP are you going to?
The one on 611 on 20th Street.
Okay. That's close to where you live, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. On the theft offense, I'll impose a $100 fine, order you to pay court costs, 30 days in jail, suspended on the condition that you continue with treatment at OVP. I won't require any community
I was gonna
service.
switch over to the Highland over right by my house. Could I do that?
Is that OVP or somewhere
No.
else?
Do you know the name of the place?
Valley Health.
Is that Valley Health?
Valley Health.
Okay, that, you can do Valley Health, that's one of our providers that we work with.
Yeah.
So we'll make it Valley Health rather than
Okay.
continue treatment with Valley Health.
Is there any community service you're on?
No community service. I'll find he's not physically capable of doing that. I'm ordering you to stay out of Walmart, which I think you were, so this will be double ordered. You were already ordered. It's like the sirens back in the day. They called people onto the rocks. You can't stay away from Walmart. Especially if you're going to shoplift, folks, do not go to Walmart. They will catch you. I'm not going to say anything else. Other than that, there's a lot left unsaid there. Walmart will catch you. If that's what you want, if you want to be caught, I'm told that some people want to be caught for other reasons, but if you want to be caught, that's a good place to do it. Go to Walmart and shoplift. If they are looking for you, they will catch you. Okay, so I want to see you in a couple of months, and I need reports from Valley Health that you're going for your treatment there. And if you're going to take Suboxone, you need to have a prescription. They will give you a prescription at Valley Health if they think you're appropriate for it. They do MAT there. So let's make that April the 14th will be his review hearing.
That's it. That's yours. That's yours.
Okay. And on the trespassing at Walmart, $50 fine, 10 days suspended. Possession of controlled substance, that's the B case. I won't impose a fine on that, and I'll just,
We nominate that, Your Honor.
okay, so
They show the
it'll be
prescription.
B case will be knowledge. You'll need to meet with Mr. Major in the probation office. 2 years of probation.
Thank you, Honor. He'll just, what he asked you, answer his question.
I'm going to take a recess now, and I'll meet with Mr. Heald and Mr. Lambert while they're finishing up these interests and chambers. Be a brief recess, so don't everybody go running away. We'll be coming right back.
Yeah, I got some questions for you guys now that you've reviewed that. Have you read that, Sam?
Yeah, well, yeah, I did.
Now, the affidavit, to claim timely access, timely got dispatched.
Yeah.
Affidavit says it happened. That's good for us. That only gives us a couple of minutes to do it. So did you get a text message or anything where you would text somebody like saying 258, 256? Is there any witness out there come in and say, I know the time of this wreck because I sent a text message?
Yeah, refer to text messages. It's not you refer to a picture that was taken. Yeah, I know for a fact that we can see the picture. So.
Is there
can try.
I assume your client's here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I apologize.
I gave you a copy of the discovery. What we're going to do today is just move this to February 24th, probably. I don't have a video. I don't want to draw the line. I mean, I say the line is the same. There's zero chance of this. I don't want to. I need to put my eyes on the video. Decide exactly how I want to proceed and what we call the
Sure.
the officer knows you were very cooperative, and now they're not going to get this case resolved. I just don't know how far we'll have to push the fight and get there. There's a couple other things. And you understand the time that accident's key, I told you that.
Yes.
The officer says that he arrives, there's about 6 guys standing around, nobody knows who's following, that's what he said.
Yeah.
And then he said, I told him how this would go down if somebody didn't do it.
Sure.
I'm guessing he's, there's nobody right.
Your money?
Yeah, some.
I hear my bag, just have to check your money.
But in case it's not, I wanted to see what his name was.
There's some more shirts.
Did you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I said. You have to say something. Because you tonight.
That works.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is because it's a, it may be unlawful custodial recreation.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. I just want you to know what I want my opinion.
Get back on.
A legal problem, but I will deal with, the affidavit that the affidavit gave, is really helpful. The fact that you're drinking, it's no big surprise, you admit to that. The time that's on there is very important, that's helpful. So those are what I have, but I need to see, I want to see that. So we'll probably come back one more time. If we don't resolve the case, then the next time will be for what we call a suppression hearing. It's where I challenge the fixed sobriety test that they do, the breath test that they gave, argue there's no probable cause for the arrest.
You're back in session now. Please come to order. State of Ohio versus Philip Thacker, case number CRB 22508. Philip Thacker. You did not check in, Your Honor.
Philip Thacker is Mr. Morford's case. I've got it as a 90-day. I don't have any notation about costs, so I don't know if there was a requirement to pay costs. It says no appearance required is no cost. The only notes I wrote down. It was an animals running at large.
Yeah, I've been very much aware, given updates ongoing about whether there were any further problems or not, and there have not technically been any further problems according to the victim. But he had much to say to me about everything that happened before. But we did make that agreement. Now, as far as the not paying the costs,
I didn't make a note of it, so.
So you did say that there would not be, oh, you did not make a note of it?
I just said it would be dismissed after 90 days with no appearance required, but I didn't say costs or no costs.
Well, I don't have a note one way or the other either,
So
so
I'd
I
say
guess.
without. So we just, and I assume there's no problems. The case will be dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Virginia M. McAlone, case number CRB 2368. Skylar Smith's case.
It's Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, I've got discovery, except I just received video. This is a Walmart.
Yeah.
Okay, so I received it today. So I believe her husband's already been reset for the 27th. So I would ask to continue then so I can go to discovery.
27th of February.
Yes, sir.
Fitness request case is rescheduled for February 27th for a pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yeah, 'cause it's not what's in the mail with me.
State of Ohio versus April M. Conley, case number CRB 2323.
He has to wait 15 days.
May I be up here with her?
Taylor.
What's that? I'll tell you, yes. Right here?
Right here.
Okay, thank you.
Who is this?
April Conley.
All right, and Ms. Conley, you don't have an attorney representing you?
Not yet. I was told I didn't need one yet.
Okay, well, we'll see how things go
Yes.
today. This is set for a pretrial today. How does the state want to proceed?
Well, if I could, I'll speak with Mr. Workman here for a moment. So where are you doing in-person counseling similar to where? Is it, where's the therapy place? Huntington Behavioral. Okay, well, what I'd like to do then is come back in 60, 30 days to see how things are going. And you will bring something says how your treatment's going. Has been a report, of course, and then we'll look towards dismissing the case if you all are successful, particularly her, or she's successful. Yes, thank you. Your Honor, I've spoken with Mr. Workman, and at a prior hearing, we discussed the fact that they can both benefit from some counseling both together and separately, and I think that they're both doing that seriously at this point, according to Mr. Workman, that they are going to Huntington Behavioral for treatment, for counseling, both for, I guess, relationship counseling as well as substance abuse or alcohol. And so we want them to continue to do that. And we would agree to dismissing the charges after another period of time, once they show that they've either completed the counseling or made significant progress to the point that it's considered to be a success. And what we would need from Ms. Conley is an agreement to waive time.
You understand what the state is requesting, ma'am?
Yes.
Are you agreeable to that?
Yes.
And you understand, you have a right, it's your right, it's called speedy trial rights, to make the state bring your case to trial within a certain time frame. And by agreeing to this arrangement, since you're going to go to counseling, you're in essence waiving the right to make them bring it in a certain time frame.
Yes.
And we're going to let you go to counseling.
Okay.
On the hopes that it'll be dismissed eventually.
Yes.
That's what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So typically we'll go out about 90 days and then come back, and if you're successful, then if you could get a report or something from the counselor, that would be great to bring
Okay.
in with you. So that would be May. Usually it's going to be a Monday or Friday. Do you have preference between the two of you as to which is the best day to come back?
Fridays.
Fridays are better?
Well, yes, Fridays would be best. Yes, right.
Okay, how about May the 19th?
That's fine.
Yeah.
May 19th is going to be your next hearing. You've waived time until then. That'll be a pretrial. Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
See you on May 19th.
Okay, May 19th at what
You
time?
need to sign
10 a.m.
Okay.
You need to sign this first. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Samuel P. Dudley, case number TRC 222701, A and B.
All right, this is Mr. Each's case, and it's on the docket for a pretrial today.
Your Honor, I've received paper discovery. The state's having some trouble obtaining the trooper's body camera. They've been working on that. There's also some other troopers on scene that are also probably going to have body cameras. What we'd like to do is obtain this video evidence, reset this case one more time for a pretrial, and if we're unresolved, we'll probably ask the court to schedule a motion hearing at that time.
How long do you think it'll take to get the video?
You know, it should take nothing more than a phone call, as far as I'm concerned. And we know we've made phone calls already.
Your Honor, I look, Friday, February 24 or Friday, March 10, both work with me, and I have no preference.
Okay, let's do March the 10th. March the 10th will be another pretrial at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cooper C. Wilson on recall, CRA 2335 and TRC 2349, A and B.
Just delay sentencing.
We approve, Your Honor.
Yes.
Was she here?
Well, just think you just enter a plea and then completes it now, So I understand the state is agreeable to dismissing the improper handling charge in exchange for a guilty plea to the remaining traffic charges, and the agreement's going to be to delay sentencing on the traffic charges while Mr. Wilson seeks some counseling.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so that's CRA 2335. It's going to be nollied, and the weapon is ordered forfeited and destroyed, and I've got a description for that to go in the entry. Okay, it's a 9mm Canik, C-A-N-I-K. C-A-N-I-K, I'm sorry, there's no C-N, C-A-N-I-K. Capital T, capital P, 9, D, A, as an apple. Serial number, capital T, 64, 72, dash, 21, capital B, capital J, 04057. Yeah, that all looks correct. Say, let's set a sentencing hearing in about 60 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
So sometime 1st of April, do you have your calendar?
Yes, I do. The 7th's Good Friday, Your Honor, so we can either go the 31st of March, I'm available, or
Actually, we will be here on Good Friday. We can do it the 3rd or the 14th?
3rd works.
3rd, okay. Sentencing hearing will be April 3rd.
And if at that point he's got a week or two more to go for them to say he's completed counseling, I'll get hold of Mr. Hill and we'll move it.
That'd be fine.
10 a.m., Your Honor.
10 a.m., April 3rd.
State of Ohio versus Dandy Metzler, case number TRC 222743, A and B.
And Mr. Metzler, do you have an attorney representing you today, sir?
Not yet. I am very close to obtaining one. I was going to ask for one more continuation, if you wouldn't mind, to about this time next month, if possible.
What's the state's position?
We're not opposed to that, Your Honor. Of course, that would, I
With the
believe.
time waiver, we understand this waives your speedy trial rights because you're asking for the case to be continued.
Yes, sir, I do understand.
I'll set a request for March 13th.
Okay.
March 13th, 10 o'clock.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Colin D. Webb, case number CRB 22707.
Webb, well, he doesn't. My notes were on this. This was a case that would be dismissed at the end of 90 days if there was no further problems and the costs had been paid, and the defendant was not required to appear. The court costs have been paid, so has there been no further problems reported?
Our victim indicates that there have been no further problems.
So case to be dismissed.
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey S. Ingram, case number CRB 2393 A and B, TRC 23134 A, B, and C, TRD 173347.
All right, sir, are you Jeffrey Ingram?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ingram, the bail's bringing you a copy of the charges. 2393A alleges, well, were you here when I explained the rights of defendants before?
Yes.
Do you understand that or have any questions about your rights?
No, sir.
Endangering children is the first charge. That's the 93A case. It alleges on February the 5th of this year in Fayette Township, you were operating a vehicle with children in the vehicle while you were under the influence of substance, either alcohol or drugs. That's a first degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. There's actually 2 counts of that, so that tells me there must have been more than one child in the vehicle. Then 23-134 is the traffic charges, and it alleges that on February 5th at 11:39 p.m. in Fayette Township, you were driving a vehicle with, while you were under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and that you submitted to a urine test. This would be your first offense within the last look-back period. So our first offense, the maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, 3-year license suspension. The minimum penalty is 3 days in treatment, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. You're also charged with driving with a suspended license. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty, 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You're charged with having a light out on the back of your vehicle. It's either the license plate light or the tail light. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. And then it's also alleged that you had a warrant outstanding for failure to appear on a no operator's license from back in 2017. That was case number 173347. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to the charges?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes.
Are you working?
No.
Do you have any income at all?
No.
I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. So you were cited to be in court today?
Yes.
Did you postpone?
No.
Okay.
Well, you're lucky because there was actually a warrant outstanding. You could have been arrested on that warrant. Are you still living in South Point?
Yes.
And you will come to court now?
Yes. Yes, I was working out. I didn't, I had a court date, no, thank you.
The state's position on bond?
We don't oppose an OR bond, Your Honor.
I'll let you sign a $2,000 signature bond as long as you come to court. You don't have to post that. If you fail to come, then you get a warrant and you're ordered to pay the $2,000. Set your next hearing would be probably the 6th or 13th of March.
13th, Your Honor.
13th.
Yeah.
March 13th for pretrials on all cases.
Okay. We'll step outside.
10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Olivia Gilpin, case number CRB 2355.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, this was called earlier. She just got here. The state has agreed that if there's no additional issues for 90 days, that they'll dismiss the case. So it just has to be set for another pretrial 90 days.
Is that with or without cost, Mr.?
With cost, Your Honor.
With
That's agreeable.
Yes, Your Honor.
May 12th?
May 12th, yep.
May 12th. The pretrial.
Yes.
There was a protection order. Is that still to remain in effect?
Do we have anything? You know, she didn't show up, and Sarah took the file back to her office already, so I don't know. I don't have my notes. But she doesn't.
I don't think anything changes.
The alleged victim has told us that he does not want a protection order, so if there is one in place.
Okay, we'll drop, the TPO is dropped at the victim's request. And that also means if they go these 90 days without a problem, she pays the cost, she doesn't have to appear.
Yeah.
She can just pay the cost and not appear.
Yes, Your Honor. So pay the cost before then?
If she hasn't paid, she has to appear.
How much is court?
Like 125, something like that. It's 100 and some.
What's the next hearing date, Your Honor?
It should be 1:35.
1:35, there it is.
Okay.
I was right around there.
Yes,
Almost.
similar.
All right,
May
that's
12th.
it.
Thank you.
May 12th.
May 12th.
I should have that 1:35.
This time, yes, you should.
Okay, we're starting preliminary hearings now.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan M. Morris, case number CRA 22531 A and B. That's highlights in this case.
Jonathan Morris.
Your Honor, Mr. Morris is in the county jail. I just had my version in the county police court, and what we've decided to do, I believe he's got a prelim set for today, and I think what we agreed on was to go over information for the new charges next Wednesday, so.
Okay, well, you want to,
So I don't.
apparently, there's a new system at the sheriff's office, and we can't really tell who's in jail.
I got you. So I guess we'll just,
So this person's in jail.
so we'll just have to recall, and at that point, we'll wait for the bill of information.
Okay, it'll be recalled once we get to jail on the teleconference.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Shandon Pringle, case number CRA 22563 and CRB 22564, CRB 2189, and CRB 22295.
Mr. Smith's case. Inspection. Yes.
Your Honor, I believe this report's going to show a hiccup in treatment.
We just need a case number.
What's the state's position on this?
Well, we would like for her to continue in her treatment and try to be successful. And I think, hope anyway, she's really making a sincere effort to get through this and be successful. So we're willing to allow her some more time.
And she's been making pretty good progress until this last thing, I guess, on.
Well, it's very disappointing that not only, according to the report, not only did she have a relapse, but she brought somebody along with her. She introduced a substance to someone else at the facility, so that's really bad, I think, so.
And I believe you were supposed to complete by March 6th, is that correct?
And then the outpatient.
And then she was supposed to do intensive outpatient. I mean, she was hoping to still do that. I understand they recommend to extend it 84 days, so we just leave that, I guess, to the court to decide whether she needs to continue with it or follow through with the.
Well, I'm not, I mean, my hesitation is whether to even allow her to stay there, not whether she gets to go to outpatient. I mean, what spectrum position on it?
We would like to keep her and add those days to her, is what we all came agreements to.
I'd like for her to continue the treatment and keep it here, obviously, Your Honor. So if the state's willing to let us continue with the treatment and not move it out of this court, then it's to allow us to do that.
What's the state's position?
Well, the state agrees with the court's opinion about the fact that it's very serious. What happened. We have seen Ms. Pringle before this court continuously for a long time now, and we believe, anyway, she's capable of so much more than she has been able to show so far. And if the agency is willing to keep her and keep working with her, then we would agree to do that. But obviously, we can't have any more incidents like that.
So what do you want to do, Ms. Pringle?
I wanted to finish my treatment with inpatient on March 6th and continue with outpatient. I just finished my CDCA preliminary test, and I am working still in Kentucky with custody to get my son, and I really feel like this is going to hold me back from getting him.
Well, are these statements in the report true?
Not the end of it, no. No, not at
Okay.
all, but we're waiting for, or they're waiting for her urine results to come back, because the end of that statement was not true.
Then I need to have a hearing on that, because what I'm left with is after all this work you've done, that you introduced fentanyl into this treatment facility to another person besides yourself.
I understand that.
So that's really serious. If it's not true, then I don't want to hold that against you. If it is true, it's, I mean, I'm not even sure you belong here. Maybe you need to go to the common police court where they've got other possible treatment facilities for you to go to that would be more strict. So let's have it, you have a right to have an evidentiary hearing. Let's have an evidentiary hearing. I'd like to hear the testimony of the folks that were involved, and then I'll make a decision whether you did or didn't do what's alleged in this report. And we can do all that before March the 6th. Because you were going to be there till then anyway, right?
Correct.
I think, Mr. Smith, you're already here on the 21st?
Tuesday, yes.
Let's do it that day. So I'll set an evidentiary hearing for February 21st on the report at noon. So it'll be 12 p.m., February 21st. Okay. That'll be the next hearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Austin T. Hawthorne. Case number CRA 2357, CRB 2358, CRB 2843, CRB TRC 191305, A and B of CRA 19393. Austin Hawthorne.
He's at the counseling center, I believe. It should be. I do have a report.
He supposedly had an issue with his ride, Judge, and he's on his way here.
Can we have someone contact Mr. Davis and see what's going on with Mr. Hawthorne's? I'll recall this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Brian Jeffers, case number CRA 2373.
Mr. Morgan's case, one name here.
There we approach, Your Honor.
Yes. He has a bond that, would you rather waive it?
I will waive, yes, Your Honor. I don't want to lose that bond.
Be a waiver to the grand jury. Mr. Jeffers, you have a right to probable cause hearing in this court to determine if there's enough evidence to bond your case over to the grand jury. Your attorney has indicated that you're going to waive that hearing, and that's the document you're going to be asked to sign. And this will keep your bond in effect. So that's the reason it's being waived. So Mr. Morford can answer questions if you have it.
My pleasure, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, Mr. Jeffers has signed the waiver. Case will be bound over to grand jury.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I did get a text from Mr. Davis. It's the same report that you, I think, it's your case, wasn't it? So apparently he's still there. You want to just continue, Austin Hawthorne?
Yes, please, Judge.
And I'll just tell Landon Davis it'll be about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
be called.
Just wait.
State of Ohio versus Jessica L. Chesney, case number CRA 22633, A and B, Mr. Steyer's case.
Jessica Chesney is Mr. Steyer's case. We have screen from Bethesda, report. It's a good report and a good screen. Good job. Okay, so maybe we can go further out now.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure what kind of a time frame you're looking at.
6 weeks.
6 weeks would put us April 7th, I'm here.
That's fine. April 7th for preliminary hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good work.
State of Ohio versus Paul Cron, case number CRA 22819.
Your Honor, this is an open dumping case. He's got most of it cleaned up, if not all of it. It's all cleaned up. I think the state just needs to verify that. So if we just set it for another pre-trial.
How long will that take?
I actually spoke to the enforcement officer yesterday, not knowing what the current situation was, and I indicated to him that we would want to come back in about a month, assuming that there was still work to be done. But we could come back sooner. I could let him know that we plan on it, have him go check to make sure everything's okay. And if it is, then our agreement would be to amend the charge to a misdemeanor littering charge.
Do you have a preference as to when to come back, Mr. Stratton?
Your Honor, a couple weeks.
Well, those are pretty booked up, so we're
Oh,
probably
okay.
looking at March anyway, so.
Okay, we can come back the 13th. Just not the 6th. 6th is a bad day.
Okay, March 13th.
March 13th. Another one we're taking care of.
State of Ohio versus Ludi A. Roberts, case number CRA 22773. Ludi Roberts.
Your Honor, she's had some issues, some family in the hospital, and then she was going to appear by Blue Jeans. I don't believe she's up there. And then she's had some issues appearing by Blue Jeans this morning. She's been in contact with me, she's been in contact with the court. At this time, Your Honor, I just ask this to be reset maybe in a week or two, or if you can't do a week or two, a little bit longer than that. And see if we can, she can appear in person, so.
Where is she now?
She's at the hospital.
She's where?
she's at the hospital.
So what's the state's position?
We're not opposed to that.
And when did you want to come back?
Your Honor, I know that next couple of weeks are pretty full, so I guess the 13th.
I don't know, with this, I don't know, I want to go that long.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Let's see. The 21st is okay, that's a Tuesday.
Let me just, real quick, make sure we're booked.
Either the 24th is not.
Actually, the 21st would be great, Your Honor.
21st is, February 21st will be the next one.
What date, Your Honor?
21st of February.
State of Ohio versus Tiffany Crabtree, CRB 22698. Your Honor, she was reported for bail in here by and she has reported. She has reported.
All right, Tiffany Crabtree reported for jail, and the next hearings are due on August 28th. All right, reminder that August 28th. Okay, whoever's on blue jeans, please mute your microphone.
State of Ohio versus Janice Seacrest, case number TRC 221346. That's Roger Smith's case.
I did have a report she finished the 3 days ago.
Yes, it's my understanding, I don't think Mr. Hill has his file because she wasn't here a couple weeks ago, but it would be reduced for an evidentiary issue to a physical control if she completed the school and brought proof, which I understand she's now done.
You want to pull your file, or how do you want to proceed? It was set for the 23rd of January.
Well, does the court have a notation about our agreement on that?
I do not.
Then I would be happy to get the file.
Okay.
Your Honor, the computer record just says DIP prior to sentencing, and that's the only thing it says.
Okay, let's have the state get his file. Janice Seacrest, case number 221346.
State of Ohio versus Mallory Copley, case number TRC 221613.
Set for sentencing today. I think I do have a message about her.
I have a report from Pathways dated a week ago today, the 3rd of February, Judge. These are signing sheet.
I have a report from Randy West from Pathways that says she's doing great at keeping all of her appointments.
She's got a job at King's Daughters now. She's really doing well. Her
Very good.
methadone use has come from 90 to 58.
From 95 to 58.
95, almost in half, so she's a little bit slower because of the methadone, but she's getting there, Judge.
Okay? She's already pled guilty, so we were letting her do counseling while
Correct,
we
Judge.
delayed sentencing to see how she could do. So far, doing great.
Thank you.
Come back in a month
That'll be
approximately.
fine, Judge. Let me pull my calendar up.
13th of March.
That should work. Let me see. That's a Monday, yes, that works.
March 13th will be the next hearing.
March 13th at 10.
Percent.
Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job, man.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy A. McMillan, case numbers TRC 22769, A, B, and C, TRC 202410, A, B, and C, TRC 142341, A, B, and C.
That's what happened. Yes.
So excellent report. Good job.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's the plan with regard to Mrs. McMillan as far as care? See, I know he's still inpatient.
He's actually in our sober living, and he's going to continue there, the requirements for group, and he's got some surgeries coming up that we want to help manage.
Okay.
So we're just looking at continuous care right now.
State have any position on?
We are encouraged by the good report, and we wanted to continue on.
Okay. We'll just continue to monitor if that's agreeable.
Fine, yes, sir.
He's in a good place. Appreciate your volunteer work, Mr. McMillan.
Thank you, Your Honor.
How about April 7th as the next meeting?
It's a Friday, yes, I can do that.
April 7th will be the next hearing for Mr. McMillan.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good job, sir.
State of Ohio versus Stephen W. Marks, case number TRC 221565, A, B, C, D, and E. Stephen Marks has not checked in.
It's Mr. Smith's case.
Judge, I have had contact, but not recent contact. I understood that he was going to do the dip, and the case would actually be dismissed, which...
That was my notes too, but I had nothing from the school.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to assume he's not gone to the school yet, maybe the reason he's not here. If there weren't issues, Judge, if we can wait 7 days, I'll find out, because this is a little puzzling. He wouldn't show up.
Okay, he's got 7 days before the course.
I'm going to guess he's not done the school yet. I'll call him.
State of Ohio versus Hannah Gooden, case number TRC 222509, A, B, C, and D.
She's on the telecom.
Yeah, she's on Blue Jeans, Your Honor. I had texted you a letter this morning from OVP.
Good report.
I think the state wants to just continue monitoring it, so.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do, what's proposed, Ms. Gooden, is that you continue with your treatment as you are doing successfully. If you do that, that's going to help you in your sentencing. So we'll just keep monitoring and get reports when you come back to court as to how you're doing. So far, you're doing very well.
Thank you.
So just keep up what you're doing. And then we'll set hearing for, let's say, either March 13th or the 20th.
Well, we can do whichever one you want to do, Your Honor.
I go monthly, so I go every 4 weeks, so 20th might be better, because I can have another report.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work out.
March the 20th. 10 a.m. March 20th, you can appear by teleconference.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Janice L. Seacrest, case number TRC 221346.
Mr. Smith's case. And we were letting the prosecutor get his file.
Yes, and he has it in front of him now, Judge.
So, Your Honor, I do have the file, and we first addressed this issue of the physical control back in September, on September 2nd with the court, and she was to do the 3-day driving school. And the reason that we believed that it was appropriate to do the physical control is because she was approached by the officer. She was already stationary. Other than that, there were some signs of impairment according to the field sobriety test, but it was somewhat now, it turned out that her test score showed that she was positive for some illegal substances, so we think that the physical control is appropriate.
Mr. Smith?
No objection, Judge. She had some difficulty getting to school, but she's now done it, and we would join that recommendation.
All right. You agree with what your attorney's represented, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any statement you want to make before I send it to you?
I don't understand exactly what they said. Yeah, I do, but I don't.
Let me go over with you. You're charged with operating a vehicle intoxicated. That's the charge. The state's willing to amend it to being in physical control of the vehicle when intoxicated because you were not observed driving. The officer approached your vehicle when you were already sitting still.
Correct.
So it's still an offense, but it's not as serious an offense as operating a vehicle intoxicated. So that's what the state, since you did complete the 3-day driver intervention program, the state's willing to reduce it to that charge.
Okay.
And that's what your attorneys represented to the court, that you're willing to plead to that amended charge.
Okay.
Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll accept your guilty plea to that charge, and I will impose a $200 fine and order you to pay the court costs, 10 days in jail suspended on condition you pay fine and court costs, and you already completed the 3-day school, so there will be no further requirements. I think that was the only charge. So I'll set a review hearing for you. So it'll be level 5 probation, and a review hearing September the 11th. So all you have to do is pay your fine and court costs, and you don't have to come back for review hearings if you do that before before September 11th of this year. If you haven't paid it, you gotta show up. So you need to go check in with your probation officer. The only thing you're required to do is pay the fine and court costs.
Okay, if I pay it all, I don't have to show up?
You don't have to come back.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We still need to check in with your probation officer.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Jessica Christian, case number TRD 222505 A and B, TRD 19255 A and B, TRD 183566 A and B, CRB 1841148.
I'm sorry, I was speaking to see what was that.
Case number, Jessica Christian, representing. Jessica Christian, 2225
insurance.
19255, 183566. Jessica Christian.
There's insurance. So you still don't know if there's insurance?
Yeah, there's no way for me to find out right now. I've called everybody, haven't there. No response.
Your Honor, last time we were here, we're giving one more time for Ms. Christian to check on insurance on the vehicle. And I believe we pled at the last hearing, correct? So that's why we're separate sentencing. So she's been unable to
I've tried everything. I've called everybody. I went to Glockner, TNT, if they could check for me. Nobody will respond to me because I'm not over top of his stuff. I called his sister to try to find out information. They've not called me back. So at this time, I have no clue.
This was a vehicle owned by Stephen Gillespie.
Yeah, he passed away.
Okay.
Yes, and since looks like the estimate is $8,300, that's why we're trying to figure out if there was insurance to cover. Is there some, is the estate still open? Yeah.
Yes, they've not his money and stuff like that. The only lady that I talked to was his girlfriend, and she said they were still dealing with this stuff, and she wasn't sure.
Okay. My understanding is that the estate is still being probated. I believe it's open, so I don't know who's administrating the estate or what, but they would maybe have the authority to get.
Yeah, because they said I had to have a court order for me to get the information.
Well, I'd be happy to order if I knew. Do you have any idea who the company might be?
Well, I know he got the car from Glockner, and I went there to check with them, and they wouldn't give me no information. And I know you have to keep your insurance through them because he was, buying the car from them. So that was one of their agreements. But I'm not positive because I have no way to find out.
You don't know who's administrating the estate?
His sister.
His sisters?
So I'm assuming that the owner passed away unrelated to this traffic crash. It had nothing to do with this.
And I believe she stated that she believes the sister's administrating the estate, and that's the one she's contacted a couple times and she hasn't returned a message. So she's just trying to find out who the insurance, if there was insurance on the vehicle at the time. And that's what I don't know if we can continue this again.
Yeah. Was he a resident of Lawrence County?
Yeah, he lived in my home.
Okay.
Who was the owner?
Huh?
Who's the owner? Who are you speaking of?
Stephen Gillespie.
And you think there is an estate open for him?
There is. It's just, they're still going through it all. His grandkids, it's just all set up. His life insurance and everything just got
Well, that
released.
would be, if there is an estate, that's a record at probate court. You can find out who the administrator or executor of the estate is.
Yeah, I've tried to contact her a couple of times.
Yeah,
and-
I believe she stated that it's the sister is the administrator.
Yeah.
So she already knows who the administrator is. It's just trying to get in touch with her. I guess she's called her and she hasn't received a message, so.
I don't know exactly where she lives, or I'd go there.
If the restitution was ordered, and then later Ms. Christian showed that there was insurance, I mean, if the insurance is going to pay it, the other party's not gonna get a windfall. He's not gonna be able to collect from her personally and from insurance.
Well, has there been any contact with the other party here?
Yes.
And what are they saying? Do they have damages that are unpaid, or?
Yes. $8,318 worth. So, of course, he wants to be compensated for that.
Well, I'm sure.
It's a lot of money.
I would like to have that person come in and, was there insurance on his vehicle? Because if he had full coverage, he could submit it to his own company.
No, all he had was liability insurance.
Yes, and Your Honor, if I might interject here, having had some experience dealing with insurance companies in situations like this, if that insurance company was notified about the other car having insurance, or we thought it had insurance, they can find out what insurance company he had. That insurance company can find, his insurance company can find out.
Right, without having to ask them.
Without, right.
Yeah.
We don't know that, though, that's the problem. We don't know who the insurance company was.
You don't know who his insurance company was?
Right.
Well, no, Mr. Sias was the non-at-fault party, and he had only liability insurance, so.
But if you do, what company he had through, they can find out who insured that vehicle.
Okay, well, we
They
can
have a
tell
way
him
to do that with the
that.
insurance company.
And the owner, the title owner of the car that this Christian was driving was Stephen Gillespie.
Stephen Gillespie was the owner of the vehicle she was driving.
And is that a PH Stephen or a V? His first name?
PH.
Well, Your Honor, we don't care to continue it again, to see if it can be found out.
I'm sorry, I'm really trying.
When did he pass away?
It's been 6 months now.
So he was deceased when this happened?
Yeah, he had just passed away, actually.
Well, before I'll award $8,000 in restitution, I would have to have the other party appear.
Understand. So what we would propose, Your Honor, is that we will talk to Mr. Sias and have him go through his insurance to see if they can determine if there was insurance on the other vehicle. And then if we're unsuccessful in that, then ultimately we can try to have Mr. Sias come in and testify at a later date.
It looks like Mr. Sias is insured by Viking Insurance according to the accident report.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no insurance listed for Mr. Gillespie, but that's why there was a charge of no
This
proof of
probably
insurance.
is liability only because I think Viking's a high risk company.
Right. So, but they get on whatever that insurance thing is, where they can see claims and everything else. They always get updates when claims are paid and from other companies. So I assume that they could find out pretty easily if that vehicle, if Mr. Gillespie's vehicle was insured at the time.
Okay. When do you want to come back?
Maybe give it about 4 more weeks, that way we can hear back from
13th or 20th of March.
Let's do the 20th.
March 20th will be the next meeting.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She still has some other cases that need resolved too.
You got all cases?
I think.
You had 2 days of community service.
Yeah, I got 3 more.
You still got work on that?
3 days.
So they're all set for March 20th.
Okay.
I'll try to get those things done.
All done, done.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Amber Mills, case number CRB 2012. State of Ohio versus Clifton Mills, case number CRB 2211.
Okay, both parties entered no contest pleas and were ordered to Bethesda.
So Amber,
He's going through the VA.
he's VA.
Okay. Okay, that's correct. Okay, they're recommending inpatient for you. Said you've been non-compliant.
What does that mean? Because Leanne just upped my services to 3 days a week, 3 counselings and 2 one-on-ones instead of 2 and 1.
What about you, Mr. Mills? Have you been going to the VA?
Yes, sir. I'm seeing a Dr. Jeffrey Jenkins.
Good. I want you both to go do urine screens and then we'll come back.
State of Ohio versus Stephanie Plumley, case number CRB 22-1584. Excuse me, that's 584.
Okay, Stephanie Plumley is here and has a good screen.
That's your copy.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think we can conclude your sentencing now. Got your report. So they seem to think that you've got any substance use issues under control, but you may have some general anxiety type things that you would benefit from counseling. So, is it helping you going there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to court order it, but it sounds like that's a good idea for you to continue to do.
We are. Me and Amber both talked about it the other day, the last time I seen her, and I asked her, I said, well, whenever I'm done with my court stuff, can I still come to you? And she said, absolutely. I said, okay, so we're going to continue to do that.
Okay, you pled guilty. I just delayed the sentencing to let you go do some treatment. And you've been several times. Much better reports here now. So I'll impose a $50 fine, order you to pay the court costs, 10 days in jail. I'll suspend all your jail time, order you to stay out of Walmarts. Um, 30 hours of community service. Level 5 probation for 2 years, which means non-reporting. And your next hearing will be September the 11th for review. If you finish everything by then, you don't have to come back.
Okay.
You're going to go meet with Mr. Major in the probation office and get your paperwork, and then you're free to go.
Okay.
If
Thank
you have
you.
any questions, ma'am? Probation's to the left as you leave the courtroom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Heather Rieger, case number CRB 2214.
Okay, this is set for sentencing. We're still monitoring you for getting community service done.
Yep.
What's going on with that?
I was supposed to actually go to the surgeon this morning, but I couldn't be here and there at the same time, so I talked to Gary Sowers and he told me to come here.
Okay, when can you get your community service done?
I'll find out if I'm gonna have surgery as soon as I go to the surgeon, and I'll know from there.
Okay, I'll set your next hearing April the 7th,
Thank you. 10?
10 a.m. for sentencing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Ethan R. Anderson at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 2319.
Mr. Stratton's case, Ethan Anderson, and you have somebody at the jail getting ready to be seated.
So this is a domestic violence, Your Honor. He also has felonies pending.
Recording has started.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
He has felonies pending in common pleas court. He has been ordered to treatment. I'm not exactly sure where. It's either Riverside or Mended Reeds or TCC. Roger gave me 3 options there. So we're going to ask that this be reset, but that he'll be given a OR bond to inpatient treatment, which is what he got in common pleas.
Mr. Hill.
As long as that's where he's going out of the common police court, we don't have a problem with the court allowing that here in this case.
Yeah.
All right, court here will change his bond to $2,000 OR bond and come back in a little over a month for a follow-up hearing to see what he's doing.
Yes, Your Honor.
March 20th.
Yes.
March 20th for a pretrial. And is this going to be inpatient?
Yes.
Do we even make an entry that he's going inpatient?
Well, I'm going to let common pleas control that because I assume they're the ones that ordered the inpatient treatment.
They are.
So we'll just say he gets an OR. I'm making a note for myself to check on his treatment when he comes back.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to get out and go to treatment. Make sure you do what you're supposed to.
And
I'll
Mr.
appreciate
Smith is his other attorney on the felonies.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan M. Morris, case number CRA 22-531.
Yes. Jonathan Morris, and this is Mr. Smith's case. Case number 22-531.
Waive it, Tyler.
We're going to waive bill of information on Wednesday.
Have you already arranged the bill of information?
Steve's going to prepare it. He just wanted to make sure we waive it today. We'll have it ready Wednesday. Have it resolved Wednesday. Come before the resolution. So, Your Honor, Mr. Morris, as I stated earlier, is in Collin Police Court on an F4 charge, and with these new charges, except for prelim, we're going to waive prelim today because we're going to proceed on bill of information next Wednesday in Judge Ballard's court and have a global resolution for these charges as well as the one that's currently pending in Collin Police Court. So it'll take care of everything.
So you want to just have it waived, or?
We'll just waive. I believe. I'm not sure what was the bond on this matter?
50,000. Yeah, sure.
So we'll just keep the bond the same because he's going to take care of it Wednesday.
All right. Mr. Morris, could you hear your attorney?
Yeah.
Do you agree with what he represents in court?
Yeah, we're having, resolution.
You're gonna go to the Common Police Court and enter a plea there next week, is my understanding.
Yes, sir.
So the hearing here is gonna be waived so that you can go on to the Common Police Court? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll send down a document for you to sign, waiving your right to hear and hear. Case is waived to the grand jury.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll see you, Tyler, later.
Yes, on Wednesday, okay?
Okay, yes, sir, I'll see you Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll finish it.
I think that finishes us up in the jail.
Yes, sir.
You too, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Matthew A. Gonzalez, case numbers CRA 22-590A and B, and CRB 22-589.
All right, Matthew Gonzalez, this is, I guess, for arraignment. Is Mr. Stiers here? I think he represents him. Sure. Or he had represented.
Right up that mark. Your Honor, he was on for review hearing today, and then I knew there was one.
Okay. All right, sir, you're Matthew Gonzalez. Have you received copies of the charges now?
I never started, Your Honor.
Okay. And I do not have extra copies, so we need to have copies made of these served. We have one set in the file.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I think I've got
You got it?
something right here.
All right, so he is being served now with copies of the charges. The most serious one is a burglary charge, 590A. It alleges that on September the 1st of 2022 in Rome Township, by force, stealth, or deception, you trespassed in a structure that was occupied. It was the home of another person with the purpose to commit a criminal offense in that residence. That's burglary. It's a felony 2 Maximum penalty is 8 years in jail and a $15,000 fine. 590B is violation of protection order. That alleges September 1st you recklessly violated a protection order. That's a felony 5. Maximum penalty is a year in jail and $2,500 fine. 22589 is assault. It alleges that September 1st, 2022, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Ashley Wallace. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Okay, do you understand those charges? You don't have to agree with them, but do you understand them?
In part.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer? Do you have any income? You're not working now?
I am
What are you doing?
working for Mr. Ricky.
And what do you do?
Just run errands and stuff.
How much do you make in an average week?
I just started, and last check I got was $151.
Okay, I'm going to, it looks like Mr. Steyer has represented you on most of the other cases that you've had, so I'm going to appoint him to represent you. I don't know if he's still here.
I don't think he was aware of this, new firm.
I'm trying to get this name.
He was all in our advisory.
I believe he has left, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to text him notification.
Yeah. Same victim, right?
What's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, I guess it's my understanding that Mr. Gonzalez showed up because he had a hearing of some sort of review hearing.
He showed up for review hearings on that other matters.
And the other matters involved the same victim, and at the time that those were resolved, it was a very serious situation. Matter of fact, I believe we were set for trial that very day. And Mr. Gonzalez pled guilty, and I don't have it in front of me. I tried to get online to see, but he got a substantial suspended jail sentence because of the fear that he was going to do something else. And sure enough, it took him less than a month until we get new charges. Now, I don't know what's taken so long for this to get before the court. He's a resident of West Virginia, apparently, and maybe that's what the problem's been. But this is really serious in the state's eyes. And even though he came here on his own, we believe that it's important that there be a significant bond set in order to ensure that we don't have any further problems. He's proving that being on probation didn't matter. So we're going to ask for a $100,000 cash assurance bond.
Is there a bond you can post, Mr. Gonzalez?
Started my job.
Well, I find it problematic because, one, he showed up on his own today. Two, it's a long time since these charges were filed. And I'm assuming, has there been any allegations of additional problems since September? I mean, we're months out and he hasn't been served.
We haven't heard anything, but quite honestly, and you're right, it's been a long time. We haven't heard anything from the alleged victim, but still, if there's any truth to this, this happened right after the last case was resolved.
Well, I know, but you know the standard. I'm not supposed to look at the there's a presumption of innocence. I'm supposed to be looking mostly at his likelihood of showing up. And he walked in here today with just on our review hearing. Now, if there was some and it's not like it happened last week, so then I'd be really concerned about safety. This allegedly happened in September. So what I would ask the state to do is try to get a hold of the complaining party and give me an update on what's been the current situation since September till now. I mean, is she out alleging that there's been a bunch of problems otherwise? I mean, there hasn't been any additional charges filed since September. You know, I want to keep her safe, keep the community safe, but I think I also have an obligation to enforce the law, and the law is mostly bond is for ensuring the appearance of the defendant. So I'm going to let the state do that, and then I'll take up the bond hearing. And I've texted Mr. Stiers, and he knows he's going to be appointed to represent me. So just let him know that.
Yeah.
So we'll bring you back out here. We'll let the state do some more research, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do on your bond after I hear from them.
State of Ohio recalls Clifton Mills, case number CRB 2311 and CRB 2312, Amber Mills.
Have you seen the results?
I performed the test, yes.
Okay. Surprised?
No, I'm not.
No. Well, we got a lot of work to do.
The two with the THC and the benzos, those were all in there when I first went in. They haven't went up, they're
Should be
going
more
down.
like- I did get a report from the VA that Mr. Mills is being compliant with the VA. So,
Your Honor, he has not done a urine screen yet.
I wasn't able to at that moment.
He has asked me twice since then, and I've been busy. I haven't made it back.
okay, I'm going to pass on him. They're saying he's compliant, so that's good enough for me. With Ms. Mills, we've got more work to do. I'm going to give you another chance, and then the next time, if you're still out there, then we probably need to look at inpatient, which is what they're recommending.
Yes, Your Honor,
You
that's
agree with
fine.
that?
But like I said, I know it doesn't matter, it is in there, but those have all been in there since I went and met with them the day after all this happened.
So it should be leaving.
Yeah,
You're not
that's what
gonna
I'm
do it
saying.
anymore,
Leanne's
right?
been testing my levels on that. I didn't realize it took so long to get that out of your system, so she's been checking my levels. She said it should have been gone last week, but it's still showing up.
Okay, I see you both back on March 3rd at 10 o'clock for sentencing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Okay, the only thing we've got left is Austin Hawthorne. Well, it's been more than 45 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a recess, let the state's gonna look into Mr. Gonzalez, and then we'll come back. Court's in recess.
Joshua.